Hello everyone, hope we are doing well. In this session, we are going to discuss about what is directive and what are different kind of directives available in Angular, and we'll see example for each type of directive. What is directive? It is an interview question. So directive is a class that add additional behavior to the element in Angular application. So there are three kind of directives available in Angular: components, attribute directives, structural directives. So components also one of the directive with a template. We discuss more about it later. So attribute directives change the appearance or behavior of an element, component or another directive. And structural directives that change the DOM layout by adding or removing the DOM elements. Now let us see one of the built-in attribute directives and how it works. I have the Angular application that we used in our course. You can see that I have a user component and let me run it. So we know using ng sir we run the application. You can see that user component CSS I have created the two CSS classes. One is active user, inactive user and one font size class. We are going to use these three CSS classes in our example. Here we are going to discuss about built-in attribute directive ng class. Now the application is up and running. We can see that same thing here. Let me refresh. So user component. Now here I would like to add one button, and on click of the button I would like to change the background color of this user component using the ng class. So how to do that? So let me add one button here. Let's say active. I'm going to add one bootstrap button here. So I'm going to add one bootstrap class here. We know that we already added the bootstrap to this application. If you don't know how to add it, please watch my video. So now save it. So here I would like to change the background color of this whole user component when you click on the active button. So for that, let me create one variable called active is active. So let me make it false by default. So is active false, and you can define the type also here. It is Boolean. The by default is active is false, and whenever it is not active, I would like to add some dull color to this user component. So here I'm going to use the ng class directive. Here we need to use the property binding. We know that we using these open brackets we can do the property binding. So ng class. Here it follows the camel case where the first letter of the word is small and second word onwards it have the capital letters. So ng class here equal to, so use the single quotes or double quotes. So I am going to use the double quotes, and here so we have the is active variable. So let's copy this and here use the ternary syntax. So I'm going to do if is active is true, means if it is active then add one CSS class, otherwise add another CSS class, and we are going to mention the CSS class name in these single quotes. So since we are using double quotes here, inside this you should use the single quotes. You should not use the double quotes. That will throw the error. So whenever it is active, add the class called active user. So is active true means we are adding the active user, and if it is false means we are going to add the inactive user class. So take this, copy and paste. So it is very simple. So if it is active means if is active is true, then add the CSS class active user. Else add the CSS class inactive user. So now let's go and see. By default, we have the some kind of pink color is added, some variant of pink. So now you can see by default it is inactive. So whenever this inactive user class is applied, this background will be applied to the user component. So same thing you can see in the developer tools also. So just to open the developer tools, go to the elements under the app root, app users. You can see that app users, and this is the div where we have the user class, and you can see now inactive user class applied. So because this is active value is false, so inactive user CSS class is applied. So now what I am going to do, on a click of this button, I am going to toggle the value of this is active. Means if it is true, I will make false and vice versa. So here we need to add the event called click. Property name is active. So is active equal to not is active, which means so when you click the first time not false, so it is true, so it will assign the true value to this active. And again if you click again not true means false, so like that it will switch the value. Save it, and we can do like this also. So in click event you can write the code like this also. Now you observe here inactive user is applied here, means inactive CSS class is applied. I am going to click on the active. See, whenever I click on the active, you can see that active user is applied. Ng class equal to active user. Here you can see that class equal to user. Already user we have by default, and we have the active user class. And if I click again active user, now it is going to add the inactive class. So like that you can see the change in colors. Let me go and add some transition to this. So already I'm having transition, sorry. So you can see that 1 second transition is there. So what I'm going to do now, you can add the multiple CSS classes also using the ng class. So what I'm going to do, whenever it is active, I'm going to add another CSS class, and here we need to give the space between the each CSS class. So active user class I'm adding already. So I'm going to add the another CSS class called FS20, means font size 20. This is the custom class that I created. So you should not use the dot. So remove the dot. Now go and check here. So now active, when I click on it, now by default you can see that user inactive is there. So when I click on active, now you can see that user, active user and FS20. So font size 20 class also added. So same thing you can see here, now font size changed. I am from India. When I click back, you can see that font is back to the original. And if I click active, now font changes from the default size to 20. Here we are showing only one user component. So go to the view explorer and go to the app component.html. Here I am going to add another user component. Save it. So now we can see the two user components are displayed because we used this user component in the app component HTML two times. So we are seeing the two components. So you can see the two components are having the same properties and same CSS classes now. So let me click on this active. So you can see that it is changed only the first component's background color. It didn't change anything for the second component. So it didn't affect it. So it means the components are isolated. So this component is completely isolated from the this component. So whatever the changes you make to the one component will not affect the another component. I just want to let you know. So this is not related to anything ng class, but I would like to just give some information about that. Okay, so this is how you can use the ng class. So this way you can use the attribute directives to change the appearance or behavior of an element. So another examples of attribute directives are ng-style and ng-model. We already covered ng-model. So ng-style I will be covering in separate video. Now let us talk about built-in structural directives. So here I am going to keep this country section in one div like this one into, just cut it and keep in one div. So we have this country's code in one div, this div, and just right click and format document, save it, and here I'm going to add one more button. So let me copy this same button. So let us introduce one more variable called show country. So by default I will make it true. Take this variable, and here what I'm going to do, instead of is active I will be using the show country, and button primary, instead of active I just use show country. So here I am going to add the border for this country section. So ng style, and this follows the camel case, that's why S is capital letter here. And here I'm going to add the border. So how to add it? So when you are going to add the border, we need to use syntax like this, and in double quotes border. Here the border is the property, 1 pixel, solid. Let me use CCC. So now let us go and see. You can see the border here, and also you can add more than one CSS property. So let me add another property called padding. Okay, so now I am going to click on the show country. On click of the show country, I would like to hide it. So maybe already it is showing, right? So maybe make it something. It's okay, country, just country section. So when you click on the country section, I am going to hide it. And if you click the country section again, I am going to show it. Here I am going to use the structural directive ngIf. So these structural directives will start with the asterisk. So asterisk ngIf equal to, and here I am going to add the show country. Show country. So how it works? So ngIf show country. So whenever the show country value is true, it will keep this in the DOM. And whenever this show country is false, the ngIf directive will remove this entire div from the DOM. As I said earlier, structural directives will be add or remove the elements to or from the DOM. So let's save it and go and see here. Now country section is already available. So when you click on the country section, you can see that country section is hidden for this first component. As I said, it will not impact the second component because it is completely another component. So it is completely isolated from this component. So when I click on the country section again, it will show it again, because when you click on the country section, we are going to make this show country false first time, and when you click again, we are going to make this show country true. That's why this div will be shown again. So this is how ng if will be adding and removing based on the condition. Like so, whenever this value is truthy, then this will show this entire div. Whenever this value is false, it will remove it from the DOM. So we have some other structural built-in directives available, and these are very important and we use regularly, that are ngFor and ngSwitch. So I will be discussing about ngFor in separate video because that takes the time and it is very important also. Now we have seen the two attribute directives, that are ng class and ng style, and one structural directive, that is ngIf. In our next session, we are going to discuss about how to create the custom directives, like how to create the attribute directives and how to create the structural directives. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and follow my videos.